Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and just to be on the safe side, hello, it's Lynn here, yet again. It's another week, hasn't that gone quickly, from the Learn English Network. And we'll have to crack on because it's been quite busy this week. And we started the week with Afzal Chandrathil Ashraf. I'll call you Ashraf. Hi teacher, I am new to this, he wrote. Hi is H-I. H-A-I is actually German for shark. So if you are in the habit of writing H-A-I, don't do it in a test. And Zeb said, hi Afzal, how did you celebrate Germany's victory at the World Cup? And Afzal said, we've watched all the matches of Germany in my home with my uncles and cousins. It was really enjoyable. So we watched. I'm afraid the World Cup is over. So whilst it was still going, you could have said, yes, I've seen them all so far, because there might be more. But now you'll have to wait another 4 years. So we watched all the matches between... we watched all the German matches, actually, at home with my uncles and cousins. It was really enjoyable. And Zeb said, I can imagine the excitement when Germany scored during the extra time in the final. Did you get out to celebrate in the streets afterwards? I wouldn't say did you get out. It makes it sound like he was locked in. Did you go out? Did you go out to celebrate? Very good. Shahid came along and said, Helo. Shahid, capital H-E-L-L-O, full stop. And I wrote hello. So Shahid, have a look at hello, how I wrote it. Shahid said, respected teacher, I want to talk on Skype, actually, to enhance my speaking skills. I didn't know how to join. What if you can guide me, please? Best regard, Shahid. Subject, renew comment posted on. Oh, I think there was a little bit of cut and pasting going on there, wasn't there, Shahid? So, respected teacher, it's a little bit over the top, really. I know that in some cultures it's normal to say that, but if you say that to somebody from the UK, a teacher from the UK, they probably think you're being sarcastic. So you could just say teacher or Lynn. Lynn. I want to talk on Skype, capital S, to enhance my speaking skills, full stop. I don't know how to join, D-O-N apostrophe T. Could you guide me, please? Best regards. Not best regard. We always have more than one regard. Best regards. Okay? Zeb said, hi Shahid, you first have to be a member of the forum and then send a private message to Lynn with your Skype ID. The page here explains it all. Exactly. It's all on the network and you just have to do a bit of exploring. Stephen said hi, and also sad I was late for the live chat. You were late today again, Stephen. Sorry. I replied, maybe next time. Obviously not. And Zeb said, you can't really miss it as it's a recurrent event, Stephen. It happens every week. Yeah, but you can miss one of them, or in this case two. I'm sorry, Stephen. Maybe you had a little lie-in. I hope you enjoyed it. John came along and said, I cannot understand the session clearly. I cannot information about the session. So, capital I, cannot is one word. I cannot understand the session clearly. I can't understand what the session's about, maybe. I cannot find any information about the session, and then a full stop. Ming said, step by step and enjoy it. Everything, all processes. I like it, Ming, but I'm not sure what you meant. I wrote, hi John, all sessions are on the calendar. Click on the event you're interested in and you'll get more information about each session. Zeb said, hi John, to figure out how the network and the different sessions work is not straightforward. It's all about exploring and getting to grasp pieces of information day after day. The more you participate, read, interact and explore the different possibilities, the easier it gets. At first it's tough, as it is in English. Yeah. Imagine, if you like, on the network that you've suddenly been teleported into a different country. Okay, you have to learn to read the signposts. You have to buy a map. I mean, there's no buying, of course. It's all free, but you have to get a map. You have to ask people. Yeah? You have to find your way around. Okay, and in that way you become more self-sufficient. All right. Zeb replied to Ming step by step. Have you had a chance to participate in one of the voice sessions, Ming? And Ming said, yeah, as an audience. Very important and essential part of a voice session. Absolutely, Ming. So yeah is okay. It's slang though. So normally if you're doing a test, you'd say yes. Zeb said, for sure. Were there a round of applause from the audience at the end of the session? Were there? Was there? No, I didn't hear, said Ming. Instead of cheerful spirits and bubble laughter from some teacher. So in there you could say, instead there were cheerful spirits and bubbly laughter from some teacher. I wonder who that could be. Bubbling laughter, that's spot on, said Seb. I experienced the same today. Oh boy, how contagious it is, isn't it? That sounds like a disease, Seb. Ming said, yes, as you said, how laughter can be infectious. Laughter is the shortest distance between two people. That's really lovely, Ming. And then Ming wrote Iro. And I think there was a little bit of editing going on here because, strangely, Zeb wrote, I like roller skating, which was a bit random. It was a long time ago, but I used to ride Paris at night most Fridays. Ride Paris? Paris isn't really a horse. I'd say skate through Paris. The large avenues of Paris are perfect for this activity. I've never watched roller skating events on TV, though. I can't imagine why. I can just see how fascinating that would be. Not. Then Zeb replied to Ming's other post and said, might be because there's no need of a translator or there are no grammar rules involved or because everything sounds like positive in laughter. Okay. It might be because there's no need for a translator, comma, or there are no grammar rules involved because everything sounds positive in laughter. It's a mystery, but it's so good. Ming then said, we have a brush street union, but it's difficult for me and I have no time. Each activity is over 40 kilometres. So each, E-A-C-H. And actually you wrote activity, which I don't think exists. Activity is A-C-T-I-V-I-T-Y. Okay, activity. I didn't get it, Ming. What's a brush street union? And Ming said it's called street skate. A lot of roller skaters get together and going a planned route. Okay, so a lot of roller skaters get together and go along a planned route. Wow, Zeb, I said, that sounds like your kind of thing. 40 kilometres seems a long way, Ming. How long does it take you? Ming said the glide speed is about 30 kilometres per hour. Need a few stopped to rest. Okay, I'd say 30 kilometres per hour, comma, we need a few stops to rest. And I said, do you stop at any particular place, Ming? I think I would have to arrange a couple of stops conveniently close to cafes. Ming said, yeah, we would stop at some attractions as possible, but sometimes there is nothing along the route. So, yeah, again, try saying yes, capital Y-E-S. We stop at some... We'd stop at some of attractions as possible. We'd stop at as many attractions as possible, comma, but sometimes, S-O-M-E-T-I-M-E-S, there's nothing along, A-L-O-N-G, the route. Then I'd put in a comma. So normally we would pack a travelling bag within some water, biscuits and breads. So normally we would pack, P-A-C-K, a travelling bag with some water, biscuits and bread. Bread is always uncountable. I wrote, we're lucky. We travel in a camper van, so we always have the makings of a nice cuppa or a coffee with us. Zeb said, it is Lynn. Ming, if one day you come to Paris, I'll take you to our Friday's night ride. Okay, I'll take you on our Friday night ride. Okay, I think you'll like it. It gathers lots of people. Parisians and visitors for a 20 to 25 kilometre ride starting at 10 p.m. until 1 to 2 a.m. The speed, large avenues and night atmosphere in Paris makes it something special. Ming said, I think it would be amazing. I'm going to ride horse this weekend. That's also one of my favourite hobbies. Okay, so I'm going to go riding this weekend. That's what you'd normally say, and it's your hobby. So I'm going to ride a horse. It's a bit too literal. I'm going riding this weekend, or I'm going to go riding this weekend. Then you'd have a comma after hobbies and say, but it is expensive here. I do it occasionally. This time is a team activity and the organiser invited me. So this time it is a team activity and the organiser invited me. You said ride is ride bike, is it? Okay. You said ride, meaning riding a bike, didn't you? I think that's what I'd say. Do you like riding horses? Do you like riding horse? Okay. You could say, do you like riding or do you like riding horses? Riding is riding. As long as you don't say bike, because that's cycling, riding implies horses, okay? Zeb said, here it's a roller skating ride. I'm talking about roller skating the streets of Paris at night. As for horses, I'm not very comfortable in their company. They make me feel nervous and they can feel it, which is making them feel nervous. Okay, and they can feel it, which makes them feel nervous. Where I grew up, not far from the sea, there is a hippodrome. An hippodrome? No, a hippodrome, because it's an aspirated H. It's not like an hour, where the H is silent, so it's a hippodrome. In the morning they take the horses to the beach and make them walk in the water. I used to go there to watch them, but I have never ridden a horse. Where is this team activity going to take place? A forest, the countryside, mountains, a beach? And Ming replied, in the countryside. A park there you can do something like picking fruits and vegetables, baking bread, cooking by yourself, and get a good view of the countryside. Okay, so I'd say in the countryside, there's a park there. You can do things like picking fruit and vegetables, baking bread, or cooking for yourself, and you get a good view of the countryside. And then you put, that's a good place for experiencing simple life. I'd say it's a good place for experiencing the simple life. I think I'd find simple life a bit boring in the long run, said Zeb. Yeah, I think so, said Ming. That's just a temporary adjustment. An adjustment, Ming, is ADJUSTMENT, adjustment. Zeb replied, probably, but I'm much more of a city girl. I need to feel the urban beat. I don't want to make things too complicated, you know, said Ming. Of course, don't try to suppress desire. Zeb said, I fear that growing my own food, making my own bread and cooking for myself every day would be very complicated for me. Would you like to be self-sufficient, Ming? Ming said, yes, just like the life in Robinson Crusoe, the novel of English version that I have been reading recently. Hey, good for you, Ming. Robinson Crusoe, capital R, capital C. The English novel that I've been reading recently, and then you could write in English, okay? On your own or with some company, asked Zeb. Some people around you? OMG, said Ming. 1 minute ago I didn't know you're a girl. I have just listened to your recording. What a surprise. LOL, said Zeb. I hope not a bad one. Should be a very good one, said Ming. Okay, so I'd write actually, Ming, OMG, until a minute ago I didn't know you're a girl. That's made me very funny. Zeb was smiling anyway. Thomas came along and said, I love Paris. I have heard that this city does not sleep. Parisians and visitors like to roam around here day and night. I hope one day I can visit Paris and have a ride on your Friday's night ride too. I wouldn't say have a ride, I'd say and join in on your Friday night ride too. Are you usually more active at night, Thomas? Asked Zeb. And Thomas said, until a year back I was, because I worked for an outsourcing firm from US. Okay, so you'd say until a year back I was, because I worked for an outsourcing firm in the US. Okay, outsourcing firm, you don't need to capitalise the O, unless it's the name of the firm. And then you said, but that has made me sick. So I'd put in there, after US, a comma, but that made me sick. So I'm not active in the night nowadays. Okay, so I'm not so that, but so I'm not active in the night nowadays. Nowadays is one word, Nowadays altogether. And then you put a full stop. Then you need a space after the full stop, Thomas. I'm from India, and our time is plus 5 hours, 30 minutes, differ from GMT. Okay, different from GMT. I'd just say plus 5 hours, 30 minutes from GMT. Now the time in my place is 12 p.m. I see, 12 p.m, is that noon or is that midnight? That's why I prefer noon or midnight. It's much clearer whether it's 12 midnight or 12 noon. Zeb said, does it mean that you've found a new job? No, that you've now found a job that doesn't involve international communications. Yes, Zeb, said Thomas, but the forum like this provide platform for international communications. Okay, but a forum like this provides a platform for international communications. It's something I've noticed about people from your country, Thomas. You don't like the articles, but we do. You have to get used to saying and an and the, okay? I believe that people like you are doing a great job in helping people in communicating internationally, said Thomas. Zeb said, a place like this one is the most effective to help myself. Okay. Zeb, you'd say, a place like this one is the most effective way for me to help myself. Very good conversation, everybody. And it wasn't just two people. Brilliant. Then, let's see, Jay came along and said, hello, how are you, everyone? Very good, Jay. But after hello, you could put in a full stop, okay? Ijaz came along and said, fine. Thomas said, I'm doing good, Jay. How about you? Ming said, hi, Jay, I'm fine. Only the Argentina lost the game, and that makes me a little sad. How's it going today? Okay, I'd say only that Argentina lost the game, and that makes me a little sad. I guess, yeah, the World Cup seems like it was years ago now. Zeb said to Ming, it makes me wonder, Ming, what do Chinese football lovers think of LEN, the French coach of China national team? I'd say the French coach of the Chinese national team. Ming said, I don't care for the Chinese football or anything about it. Okay, Ming, you'd say, I don't care about Chinese football. Okay, and then you wrote, I just like the football spirit, and that doesn't exist in Chinese football, at least not yet. I think I'm a counterfeit football fan, so I just know Alain Perrin. I'm sorry, but I see people on the internet all have high hopes for him. No need to apologise, Ming. That's all right, said Zeb. Are there other sports you're interested in? Roller skating, automobike race, and some extreme sports. Do you know what? I'm not sure what an automobike is. And what about you? How's it going today? Maybe you mean motorbike? Motorbike racing? Roller skating? Motorbike racing? Maybe? I'm not sure. You'll have to let me know. Thomas replied to Ming and said, Ming, losing is also part of the game. Sweep off your sad feelings. Okay, I wouldn't sweep off. I'd sweep them away. So sweep away your sad feelings. We believe that Brazil is still an unchallenged power in football. Ming said, I agree with you. Just want a little sense of participation. Thomas then said, it sounds good. May I know if you play football? Thomas, there's no need for a space after the last letter of a sentence and the question mark. So after the L in football, you can put your question mark straight away, okay? Ming said, of course, but let you down, I'm not good at playing football. Do you play soccer ball? Ooh. So you'd say, of course, but to let you down, but I don't want to let you down. No, of course, but I'm not good at playing football. That would be enough. But let you down doesn't really ring at all. Do you play soccer ball? No such thing as soccer ball. It's football or soccer, and only soccer if you're on an American forum. Zeb said to the first how are you everyone from Jay, said, fine, I'm enjoying a summery day and relaxing from a busy weekend. Unfortunately, you wrote summary as if you've been writing a report. Okay, summary as in the weather, it's SUMMERY. Okay, unless it was a very short summarised day, which I don't think it was. What about you? Zeb said, how are you doing? Okay, then Ijaz said hi. Ijaz, capital H, small I, full stop. And Zeb said, hi, Ijaz. In fact, Zeb said, hi, Eljaz. I think it's Ijaz, Zeb. Ijaz, let us know. Belal came along and said, hey there, I need native persons to chat. Thanks. So, hi. Hey there is a little bit abrupt. Okay, so hi there, comma, I need native people to chat to. Full stop. thanks, capital T, full stop after the S. Hi Bellal, said Zeb. I think you're looking for the gorilla chatter of this place, Amatsu. She's a native and pops in regularly. When suddenly you see a message that looks like, hi, I can chat for half an hour, do not hesitate. If you let it pass or miss it, you'll have to wait until the message appears again. It can be any day, any time. As I said before, she's a gorilla chatter. Miad came along and said, hello everyone. Miad, capital H, and a full stop after everyone. I went, hello Miad. Zeb said, hi Miad. Miad went, wanna chat, but didn't reply to our highs. So, wanna, I know it's slang for want to, but it would be, do you want to chat? Or if you want to be uber polite, would you like to chat? Oh, and by the way, uber this and uber that is quite trendy in the UK at the moment, so I'm still using it. Even though it sounds German, it's actually spoken, it's actually used in English. So John came along and said, hey everyone, again another hey, hey everyone, hey you, come here. Hi is fine, or hello even. And then John said, actually my English is bad and I want to improve it. Anyone can help me for this please. So actually capital A, and it is one of the misused words of the year. So get rid of the actually and just put capital M, my English, it needs improving. It's bad. You're learning. No such thing. Yeah? And bad wouldn't be written with a capital B. So my English needs improving, or I want to improve my English. Can anyone help me with this, please? Not for this. What sort of help are you looking for? I asked. Sav came along and said, hello teacher, my English is weak. Can you tell me? And I would ask, if I was a sarcastic person, can I tell you what? But I'm not. So, Sav, capital H, and then after the teacher, you could put a comma. My English is weak, and then can you help me? I think, capital C, and then help, and then no space after the E and me before your question mark. Just straight after the E, write your question mark. It saves you one extra keystroke. This could amount up over your lifetime. I asked, what are your main weaknesses? And Sav came back quite a bit later and said, good morning, teacher. Weakness is grammar. How to learn grammar good. Thank you, teacher. Okay. My main weakness is grammar. How can I improve my grammar? That's how to learn grammar good. No, how to learn grammar well. Thank you, teacher. Then Zeb said to John, hi, John, how bad is it? Will I be able to understand you if we chat with each other? We'll never know because John didn't come back. Sav, I'll give you the link to the grammar chat page where you can ask questions about grammar, okay? I don't mind answering questions about grammar, but really, best way to improve your English, get a good feeling for it. Learn the rules later, okay? That's what I did when I was 5. Madhu came along and said, hi, I am new. I need to develop the English communication skill. Anyone help me? Okay, hi, I'm new is fine. Then capital I need to develop my English communication skills, full stop. Can anyone help me? Question mark. Yeah, definitely, said Ajar. Hello. Lots of dots there, Ajar. No need. Hi, Madhu, said Seb. How's your day starting? Does it look good? It's good. What about oo? Said Madhu. So, yes, I think you meant Y-E-S. It's good. I-T''S. What about you? Y-O-U? Question mark. The coffee was hot and strong, said Zeb. I should start on the right foot. Do you also have coffee for breakfast? For breakfast, Zeb? With breakfast, I hope. I hope you don't just have a liquid breakfast. Anyhow, Ed came along and said, your teacher said, sorry if you can hear Leica there. What was she saying at that moment? Leica. And I replied, being very silly, LOL, woof, woof, woof. Get away from my house, Mr. Postman. No, don't you dare touch that letterbox. Yes, that's right. Walk away, walk away. See you tomorrow. Whine. Has Leica ever bit anyone? Asked Ed. Has Leica ever bitten anyone? B-I-T-T-E-N. And I replied, only me. When she first came to us, she was a very frightened little dog. She had a tough start on the streets of Spain, and her way of controlling her environment was to try and bite. You rescued Leica from Spain and brought her all the way to Germany, said Ed. Wow, you must really love her. Well, we do, but we didn't rescue her. She was rescued by a German society, and we found her there, okay? But we do love her, and I'll forgive her almost anything, and she doesn't bite anymore. Most of the time. She hates flies, though. And when she snaps at them, you can hear her jaws clacking. Wow, that's scary. So, capital Y, Ed. And W for wow, capital W. And the question mark and the exclamation mark, one too many bits, okay? If you want it to be a question, leave it to the question mark. How many different postmen Leica met up with? Asked Seb. So, how many different postmen has Leica met up with? And my reply was not enough. And Seb said, from Leica's point of view or yours? And I've now replied, Leica's. I like my peace and quiet. Varinder Singh came along and said, hello everyone. I want to talk to someone in English to improve my speaking and communication skills. Okay, so hello everyone, EVERYONE, capital H for hello, comma, I, capital I, want to talk to someone in English, capital E, to improve my speaking and communication, so stick an N on the end, skills, full stop. Ajar said, hello Verinder, how are you? So you want to improve your communication skill. It's good, you can talk to me also. So, how are you? Question. So stick in a question mark. So, overused, but you can say it, capital S-O, comma. You want to, not wanna, improve your communication skills. It's more than one skill in communication. It's good, you could write that, or that's good. That's good, you can talk to me, full stop. Okay? Thomas started his own thread. I started my day with a tea since I do not like coffee for the breakfast. Okay, I started my day with tea as I do not like coffee for breakfast. Then full stop. My habit is to have tea when I get up to refresh my mind. I need tea along with the newspaper. Okay, so my habit is to have a tea when I get up, comma, to refresh my mind. Full stop. I need tea along with the newspaper. My tea is neither strong nor too hot. I believe it is contrasting to the habit of Zeb. I believe it is a contrast to Zeb's habit. What about your kind of morning punch or refresher, guys? First thing in the morning, I replied, it has to be tea, and then my morning punch is applied after I get back from walking Leica. Morning punch, said Zeb. My morning coffee has never knocked me out. It just gives me the energy boost I need, especially when it's a Monday. Tea might provide a different buzz, but it's also a stimulant, isn't it? Thomas said, I have one more doubt. When one person is out of his mind due to the heavy use of drinks, if we can describe it as he is knocked out. Okay. When someone is out of his mind because of drink, how can we describe it? Can we say he is knocked out? And then question mark because you're asking a question. Zeb said, if after counting up to 10 they can't go back to their feet and you have to call in an ambulance, I'd go for a yes, that's a knockout. Thomas then said, I got the word from you now. I used an incorrect word in that sentence. My misconception was that punch means stimulant, but now you taught me the correct word. Yes, it is a stimulant or an energy booster. So, comma after stimulant, okay. Coffee as a morning punch, said Zeb, is too strong as an image for me. I'd say is too strong an image for me, but it may be spot on for some other people, said Zeb. Oh, and I'd just like to add that punch can also mean a drink, a kind of a drink, fruit punch or an alcoholic punch. So it's got more than one meaning. You can play with these words. So a morning punch could be a morning drink, but it would be a mixed drink, okay? And we often say about coffee, my morning hit, okay? And I do need my morning hit, I tell you. Anyhow, Thomas came along again and asked, hi peers, I would like to know if any one of you feels like you have aphasia, disturbance of the comprehension and expression of language caused by dysfunction in the brain. Okay, I wouldn't say feels like you have, I'd say I would like to know if any of you, not any one of you, I'd like to know if any of you feel as if you have aphasia, a disturbance of the comprehension expression of language caused by a dysfunction in the brain. I wrote, luckily not, that would be a disaster for me. Zeb said, my mind boggles at times, but I take this as something normal. Have you been diagnosed with a brain injury, Thomas? Thomas said, I never had diagnosed, but I have been suffering from a head for long years. Okay, so I've never been diagnosed as such, comma, but I have been suffering with symptoms for many years. Okay, then you wrote, once a doctor told me it is due to migraine but not cured with his medicine, and when consulted another doctor I was told it was because of deviated septum, main bone of nose, and done a minor operation, but still it is not cured. Oh, poor you. So you could say, once a doctor told me it's due to migraines, but he didn't cure it with his medicine, and when I consulted another doctor, I was told it was because of a deviated septum, the main bone of the nose, and had a minor operation, comma, but it is still not cured. Are you talking about migraines, said Zeb. These strong headaches are caused by high blood pressure, aren't they? Yes, said Thomas, but I don't have migraines as per the latest findings. No pain, said Zeb. If there's no pain, what makes you think that you're the one with some kind of dysfunction of the brain and not the other people around you? You might just be more creative or see the world differently. And then Upen came along and said, hello everyone. Don't forget your full stop, Upen. I wrote, hi Upen. And Ajar wrote to me and said, hi Lynn, how are you? So don't forget your question mark. Lynn, how are you? So hi, comma, Lynn, how are you? No need for all these dots. I'm fine, thanks. It's the weekend. Yippee! Ajar said, oh, so what's your plan to spend your weekend? And so to ask that question, we normally say something like, what are your plans for the weekend? Or how do you plan to spend your weekend? My reply just went up saying, haha, not to spend it on discuss. Job done. Ajar replied to Upen and said, oh, ho, the man is here. Wow. So O is just one H. Capital O-H. Oh, ho, if you wanted to say that. And get rid of all the dots. All those dots, ooh, waste of keystrokes, using up electricity, cluttering the internet. Then you could write capital T, the man is here, comma, wow, exclamation mark. What man? Said Zeb. What am I missing here? Nothing, dude, I was kidding, said Ajar. And again, get rid of all the dots, full stop at the end. Take one of those dots and put it at the end after kidding. Ajar, said Zeb, I've noticed that you use a lot the word dude. Okay. I'd say, I've noticed that you use the word dude a lot. Is American English your goal, or you're a fan of the Big Lebowski? Aha! Oh, sorry, Zeb, if you feel bad. So I am so sorry, I said, Ajar. So, aha is just A-H-H-A, full stop, or exclamation mark if you want it's aha. O, capital O. Sorry, Zeb, if I've made you feel bad. Y-O-U, full stop. I'm so sorry, full stop. I don't feel bad, said Zeb. I love this film, The Big Lebowski. Have you ever watched it? No, Zeb, I didn't watch. So, Ajar, no, Zeb, capital X, I haven't watched it. Because there's still time. You could watch it one day, full stop. Okay, tell me, from which country do you belong? So, okay, tell me, where are you from? And to be honest, I'd get rid of the tell me because it's a bit over the top. So, where are you from? I'm French and live in Paris, said Zeb. I guess you've already heard of Paris, haven't you? And yeah, definitely, said Ajar. I have heard. It's a nice place. So I have heard. There's no E between the R and the D. H-E-A-R-D. And if you notice, that's how Zeb spelt it correctly. So always get your clues from the other people who are writing on the forum. So, yeah, okay, slang for practicing, for tests, right, yes. I've heard it's a nice place. Again, get rid of all these dots because it makes it very difficult to read your text, okay? And if it's difficult to read your text, it might be difficult to reply to your text, and therefore you won't be getting the kind of conversations you look for. So, full stop, one of them. By the way, so by the way, T-H-E, comma, I am Indian, capital I, comma, and I'm sure you also heard it, Okay, I'm sure you have also heard of it. Question mark, maybe. Zeb replied, I know where India is on the map. And then she decided to test my speed reading skills. Let's give it a go. I've also been in touch with a few Indian people in a previous job, both over the phone and face-to-face, when they came to France for the kick-off of a project. Wow. Okay, so I've also been in touch with a few Indian people in a previous job, comma, both over the phone and face-to-face when they came to France for the kick-off of a project. Zeb, you're not the only one having a map on your wall, said Aladdin. Okay, says Aladdin, you write, Zeb, you're not the only one to have a map on your wall. And then don't forget your full stop, Aladdin. Excellent, said Zeb. I love to hear that I'm not the only one travelling the world just looking at a map pinned on the wall. And then my world map is in the living room and I have got a map of Australia that is on the hallway. In the hallway. Now I'd like to add the map of South America to start to visualise what will be my next big trip. Okay, I'd just say now I'd like to add the map of South America, or now I'd like to add a map of South America to start to visualise my next big trip. You've got me, said Aladdin. I'm only looking at the map, hoping to teleport in 1 day. Okay, hoping to teleport in 1 day. Nice idea, Aladdin. Okay, and that was that. So let's scroll up a bit. And Ajar came along and said, I feel bad, no one is here to talk with me. What I do? So I feel bad, full stop. No one, capital N, is here to talk with me, full stop. What should I do? Question mark. No need to worry, said Thomas. We are here to talk to you, but wait for others, as the members of this forum are from different countries, and therefore the time zone is also different. You will get people to talk, though it is delayed. You'll get people to talk too, comma, though it is delayed. Yeah, maybe you are right. So maybe in this context is one word, Ajar, and yeah, again, Y-E-S, capital Y, and full stop. Usually I ask questions to start and get a conversation going, said Zeb. Give it a go and see if it works. And then, quite amusingly, Ajar said, OK, you can ask. It's not what Zeb meant, Ajar. So, capital O, comma, you can ask me something, full stop. OK, said Zeb, what did you have for lunch today? Sorry, Zeb, said Ajar, I'm Muslim and I'm fasting. Whoops. Again, get rid of all these dots. It really does make your writing difficult to understand and to read. So after fasting, a full stop, okay? And we usually capitalise religious terms like Muslim, Christian, Jew, etc., okay? So Zeb then said, what about after the sun sets? What do you eat then? And Aisha said, normally we eat light at the time of break of fast. Okay, we eat light, L-I-G-H-T, at the time of breaking our fast. Full stop. Then you wrote, we take date fruits juice normally. Okay, so we normally eat dates, fruit, or drink juice. Okay, full stop. I'm a bit surprised to hear that, said Zeb. I thought people would go for something more sticking to the stomach to help them go through the next day. Okay, I thought people would go for something that would stick to the stomach more to help them get through the next day. Something like peas and lentils soups. Okay, something like pea and lentil soup. Oh, that's a horrible thing to wish on anybody, Zeb. I said, someone told me once that dates were a very traditional way to break the fast. Zeb then said, thanks, Lynn. I hope you'll excuse my ignorance, Ajar. I came across this forum and learned why dates seem to be among the best food to break the fast. Thomas came along and said, may I ask you how many days are the fasting period of Ramjan? Okay, it's Ramadan. A 1 month. Okay, so either 1 month or a month, Ajar. And don't forget, capitalise and full stop. Good, said Thomas. After one of fasting, when you go to the normal diet, will it affect your digestion? Oh, that's a good question. After a month of fasting, comma, when you go back to your normal diet, comma, will it affect your digestion? Yeah, Thomas, said Ajar. Sometime it affected, but gradually it will be normal. Okay, so sometimes it's affected, comma, but gradually it goes back to normal, and then full stop. Okay, I said, what did you have for supper? And Zeb replied, 2 days ago, I think it was the day I ate the leftover of a bourguignon prepared by my Aussie visitor. An Aussie visitor who can cook bourguignon. Very nice. I tell you, you are lucky. Thomas came along later and said, I want to know a word. Suppose if I have consumed a half bottle of whiskey, I feel like I'm out of my mind. How can I describe this situation? X, I got kick, I am intoxicated. Okay. So, Thomas, I want to know a word. And then I'd say, let's presume I have consumed a half bottle of whiskey and I feel like I'm out of my mind. How can I describe this situation? And then, for example, we don't really use X. That generally means short for exercise, or your ex-boyfriend, your ex-girlfriend, your ex-wife. Okay, so try using EG. It's E.G. which is short for, it's Latin. I think it's exempli gratia or something. But anyhow, it's usually EG. Okay, I got kick. I am intoxicated. Okay, I wrote, you're drunk, Thomas, go home, lol. And then I wrote some words, smashed, off your head, stinking drunk, drunk as a skunk, hammered, fried, 4 sheets to the wind, legless, and my favourite, personal advisory, scroll down, close your ears if you're easily offended, pissed as a fart. Okay? And then Zeb couldn't resist, pissed as a fart, what an ugly end, isn't it, Ruffle? Thomas said, I am hammered at this reply, teacher. Okay, hammered. I'm not sure what you meant there, Thomas, I'll be honest. But I think you meant, you're drunk, Thomas, go home. And I replied, it's a sort of meme reply, Thomas. Nothing personal, you can stay. Ajar said, yeah, you are right, Lynn. Okay. So, again, yes, comma, you are right, full stop. Or comma, Lynn, capital L, it's my name, and then a full stop. No need to describe to this situation, Thomas, said Ajar. So you'd say no need to describe, no need to do that. And Thomas with a capital T, then comma, because that time we feel like I am the one who can do everything. Because during that kind of time, we feel as if we can do anything, full stop. And Zeb said, with such strong booze, if it were me, I'd be drunk with a hangover the next day. Do you usually cure a hangover with the hair of a dog? Oh, with the hair of the dog, said Zeb. Thomas replied to Ajar and said, I believe you did not get my point. It is because of my inappropriate way of sentence structuring. Actually, I want to know the word to describe what is a person's feeling when he has drunk 2 or 3 pegs of whiskey. Okay, we don't have pegs of whiskey, we have shots or measures or fingers even, because people put the finger against the glass. You say, I have 3 fingers of whiskey, 3 fingers against the glass, lengthways, horizontally, not vertically. I mean a slang word to describe this situation, for e.g. Now again, you don't write for, it's just e.g., which is short for example. I am passed out with 3 pegs and I can't have any more. So I'm passed out after 3 shots and I can't drink any more. I have tried my level to best to describe it. Hope you will get the point. I'm very worried about why you want to know this, Thomas. Now I got your point, but sorry, I can't describe. I should think not, Ajar. don't even want to. Okay. Then after that little bit of fun, Jojo came along and said, hey, everyone. Again, hey is a bit too much. Hey, everyone. It's not, hi's better, hello's even better. Full stop. Hi, said Moody. And don't forget your full stop, Moody. I wrote, hi, Jojo, and Zeb said, Jojo, I love this name. It sounds like fun, and a bit of mischief is around. What are you up to, Jojo? Unfortunately, Jojo never told us what he's up to. Or she. Jojo could be a female name, short for Joanna, maybe. Ajar came along and said, yesterday I saw a test cricket match between England versus India. Okay, yesterday, capital Y, I watched the test cricket match between England and India, full stop. It's second day for match. Okay, it was the second day, full stop. It was very interesting, but at the end of the day, it's 50-50 situation. Okay, it was very interesting, comma, but by the end of the day, it was a 50-50 situation. English batsman saved the match inning. Haha. The English batsman saved the match inning, full stop. I wrote, the most important thing, it was good cricket. Yeah, really, it was good, said Ajar. For both of team, India bowled well. So, yeah, comma, it was really good for both teams, full stop. India bowled well, full stop. Zeb said, and now, after the 4th day, still no winner? You'll have to scroll up, Zeb. Ed asked, where did you see it? Television, replied Ajar. So, capital T and a full stop. Ed said, what channel? Star Sports 3, said Ajar. So, capital S and then a full stop after 3. Said Ed. I've never heard about that channel. Okay, I've never heard of that channel. What country is it from? Zeb replied and said, Star Sport 3 is India's first Hindi sports channel, isn't it, Ajar? Oh, really? From where do you belong? Asked Ajar. I think that was to Ed. Just one H. Where do you come from? This, where do you belong? It's like, where do we belong? That's a very existential question. I belong where I am, I guess. So, where are you from? I'm not sure, said Ed. And that's why he was confused. Yeah, where do I belong? I don't know. Don't ask me questions like that so early. Thomas said, you may get a global citizenship if apply for it. So, Thomas, you may get global citizenship, if you apply for it. Can anyone do that? Asked Ed. And I replied, if we could, Ed, I'd be first in the queue. Zeb said, may I jump the queue? And I said, I'm British, so what do you think? And Zeb said, you'll say, excuse me, as if I was stepping on your feet or something like this. So Ajar readjusted his sentence. Oh, really? Again, just the one H, Ajar. Where do you live? And don't forget question mark. So capital W and a question mark at the end. You can find out, said Ed, being very cryptic. Where is the clue to figure it out, Ed? Asked Zeb. Ed said, he's the one who should be asking me that. You already know. Lol, okay, said Zeb. His game, not mine. I guess it is there somewhere, isn't it? But you'd have to go a long way back, Ed. Yes. Anyhow, Thomas said, I'm clueless in this hectic place. I feel I should run away from my place. If anyone feel the same in your present location. Okay, so... at first I thought you meant the forum, Thomas. I'm clueless in this hectic place. I feel like I should run away from home. Does anyone feel the same in their present location? Okay, and then, because you'd have to have something after if. If anyone else feels the same, could you let me know? Something like that, okay? What makes it hectic? Asked Zeb. Thomas said job, climate, and even the some friends too. So, job, climate, and even some friends too. Then you've got full stop, and then capital T. The climate is rainy here. Or I'd just say it's rainy here. I love rains. So, again, I love rain. And then comma, but the temperature is keep on changing. So there you'd say, but the temperature keeps on changing, comma, it's is not like it was. So it's IT''S, not like it was. Our monsoon season used to bring the mercury down, but now it has been changed. So the monsoon season used to bring the mercury down, comma, but now it has changed. I believe it is due to the climate change that visible in every parts of the earth. Okay, I believe it's due to climate change that is visible all over the world. This might be temporary, isn't it? Okay, here you could say, Zeb, this might be temporary, mightn't it? Yeah, you can really do a tag question with mightn't. Or, this is temporary, isn't it? I replied to Thomas, before you run away, you should always know where you're running to. I ran away from home several times, but always ended up back home with no one aware I had actually run away. What is it that makes you hectic to run away from your home again and again? Asked Thomas. So I'd say, what was it that made you want to run away from your home again and again? And I wrote, I think I was just a typical kid, no one understood me. Thomas then said, I'm not sure about the place now, but I am taking a stock of the situation. If I decide to come to your country, what will be your reaction? So here you would say, if I decided to come to your country, comma, what would be your reaction? Because it's not something you are likely to do very soon. This is sort of a hypothetical question, so use that conditional form. I wrote, I think I'd be confused as I don't own a country. It's a good joke, said Thomas. As per my limited knowledge in English, when I ask which is your country, I mean the country you belong to or your citizenship. Is it correct, teacher? And Zeb asked, are you willing to become an expat? And I've written, think carefully before you answer, Thomas. Being an expat is not always wine and roses. And to Thomas, I've just written, I've corrected some of the where are you from questions in this week's live chat. As an expat, I'm not sure where my country is anymore. Did you mean the UK, which is on my passport, or Germany, which is where I live? And what we'll do is we'll stop it for this week, not for this week, for this session. because we've come up to 48 minutes and we're still only halfway through. So there'll be a second live chat recording this week. Just keep an eye open for it on the Discuss page or in the forum, or it'll be somewhere on the network. Explore. And thank you all. Thank you to everybody who's taken part. Sorry if you're waiting for your correction, but as I say, it's going to be 50 minutes by the time I stop waffling. So have fun, and I'll speak to you in the next recording. Take care. Bye.